Time for But First, brought to you by Shutterstock. What can you create with 100% Shutterstock? Wilds, you're talking some Myles Garrett this morning as we are inching our way towards Halloween.
Well, and that's not just Halloween orange. That's just a coincidence for the Browns. But Myles Garrett has gotten into the Halloween spirit and decorated his house with tombstones of quarterbacks that are on the Browns schedule. If we can dig in there, you can see Roethlisberger's there. I think we got some Justin Herbert action. Lamar is back there. If we can turn the page, I think my guy Mac Jones, Joe Burrow, Justin Fields. Justin Fields might deserve to be on there. I want to talk about Mac Jones. You've never played Mac Jones, and you don't want to give the Patriots any bulletin board material. But savvy move from Myles Garrett. Because usually bulletin board material is just subtle. Like, remember Dallas and the Giants? Like, oh, we don't think they're in our class. Like, what? Joe Judge, like, oh, denied it was bulletin board material. I cannot wait. November, Browns Patriots, where Bill Belichick and Matthew Slater can get up there and say, Myles Garrett, Mac, he put you on a tombstone in his front yard. Your dead body's in his front yard buried. Like, geez, Matthew Slater, too much. So I don't know, maybe it'll be effective, maybe not. Might be too gruesome to even work, but happy Halloween, everybody.
Wow. Wow. Upset alert. We're talking Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Mahomes not in Myles Garrett's front yard. They're headed to our nation's capital to face the football team Sunday. Mahomes has already matched his interception total from last season with 6. See if he can rebound Sunday.
Is that the only
Washington's pass
stat
rush
this show has?
can be disruptive.
This is outrageous.
I'm
sorry, Jenna. How many
I've
times
heard that like
do I have
13
to hear
times
that
on this show, I
stupid
gotta admit.
stat? My God, we get
One
it. Last
more.
year he barely
One more.
threw picks.
He's already
Last
matched
year
his
he barely threw
interception
picks.
total of
That's
6
the takeaway.
from last
All right,
season.
folks, guess what?
Two
At some
more.
point he's going to
Two more.
surpass it.
6.
I'm sick of it. Sorry,
6.
Jenna. It's ridiculous.
3 more. I'm going to keep saying it. Chris Broussard, which team
ahead,
do you think
Broussard.
should be on upset alert? Nick's whining notwithstanding.
Cincinnati Bengals. And I have 2
Wow.
admissions before I go into why. First of all, look, I went along for the ride. I was with everybody else in criticizing and mocking Dan Campbell for his biting the kneecaps presser. All right, it was a bad look. I mocked it like everyone else. But I gotta be honest, I'm starting to like Dan Campbell. You know, his team plays really hard for him. The tears last week at the press conference, I'm here for that. I mean, not every week or not even every few weeks, but once in a while, it shows he cares. It shows he's invested, and I bet you his players respond to that. Secondly, I'm such a stickler for the rules that usually in the upset alert, I just give an alert. But I am going beyond that, and I'm breaking the rules this one time, and I'm saying it is an upset prediction. The Detroit Lions will beat the Cincinnati Bengals this weekend. Take it to the bank. I follow the rules, Nick. So this time, no, I'm going a little further. The extra mile. Now, here's the deal. Detroit, as I said, they've been playing hard. They should actually have a victory. All right, they're winless, but they should have a victory. Baltimore, if it wasn't for the longest field goal in the history of the sport at any level, 66 yards at the buzzer, Detroit beats Baltimore. And then last week, again, at the buzzer, last second field goal by Minnesota, 54 yards, that's still long, to beat them. They could be 2-3 very easily with victories over pretty good teams. And so I think they get the Bengals this weekend. That's my upset prediction, not just alert, Nick.
Couple things on the Lions just quickly. First, I agree with you on the field goal part of it, but we got to tell the full story. In the Ravens game, they gave up a 4th and 19. A 4th and 19, which is what set up the field goal. So that ain't great. And against the Vikings, they got a gift in that fumble that's by Madison in the final moments to even have a chance, the Lions did, to score a touchdown and then take the lead with a 2-point conversion. But I get it. And also, I understand it's a new thing across sports media. I didn't know it. Call me old-fashioned. I thought usually when within 2 months of taking a job, you are weeping at work, it's a sign you might be over your head, but evidently it's a good thing. I didn't know. I thought normally if we're like, hey, face of the company, face of the franchise, openly broken and crying, it's like, oh no, that makes me think he's gonna be awesome for the job. Wilds loved it. Wilds ready to give the Wilds, if you remember, gave the Lions a win the other day because of the crying. No, it's fine. I get it. Again, hey, folks, I've got to evolve with the times. I'm not opposed to it. I just didn't know that was the thing now. I didn't know. I'm going to go with an upset pick as well, as I have every week on this segment. Not those cowardly alerts Broussard was trying to pull this show into to dip your feet in the water like, ooh, it's a little warm. It's nice.
The name of this segment.
A pick.
Literally,
yeah,
look at the lower
name of the
left
segment.
corner.
That's great.
Literally the name of the segment.
Chargers are going to beat the Ravens. Chargers are better than the Ravens. The Chargers should not be underdogs. I understand Baltimore is at home. Baltimore, as impressed as I was by Lamar late in the game against the Colts, I didn't love that they needed to come back from 19 down. They're also on a short week. So for all those reasons, I think the Chargers are going to solidify themselves as the current favorites in the AFC, the Los Angeles Chargers. So I think they're going to beat the Ravens. Wilds.
You pulled the Wilds, Nick. Quickly, I know you pulled it, but that's not an upset. That's an upset. I mean, I guess technically that's like Wilds last week with the Falcons. I mean, or the Jets with the Falcons.
Amount of dogs that the Bengals are.
That should be disqualified. That's not enough.
It's the same level of favorite that the Bengals are, Chris Broussard. I know you're not a gambler, but if you were, you wouldn't have just made that ludicrous statement impugning my pick. It is the same point spread, so you, sir, don't tell me about what is and what is not an upset. So, by the way, America, Nick's pick's coming up in 40 minutes. Go ahead, Wilds. You jumped over Wilds' segment just to correct me incorrectly. Gosh, embarrassing.
You don't have to write it down. I'll remind you.
I have a confession to make, and this goes out to all of Bills Mafia. Bills Mafia, you know your old buddy KW is a Patriots fan. I don't like the Bills. I just like making fun of Nick Wright. And because Nick hates Josh Allen so much, I needle Nick Wright. But I don't like you guys. I don't like you at all. I don't like that you put up a billboard in Foxborough. I haven't liked you for 20 years as we rolled over you. I don't like that you said that, we control the AFC East now. I don't like you at all. So I like the nice tweets that you send to me. They're not mean, but I don't like you. I just want to be honest. I'm not going to be a fraud here. So here's my pick. Titans over Bills. Oh, wow, stabbing us in the back. Again, I'm not. I'm always on alert for the big letdown game. You beat the Chiefs. You guys acted like it was the Super Bowl. Or the Ravens beat the Chiefs. Then they didn't show up against the Lions. The Rams beat the Bucks. Then they didn't show up against the Cardinals. Be on alert. This is a Monday night game. Gives Julio Jones yet another day to get healthy. You get A.J. Brown, who was on the Bud list. Broussard's on the duress list. He's going to show up. And Mike Vrabel, former Patriot Bills fans, has got something in store for you because last time you played, he beat you guys by 26 points. Titans over Bills. Bills Mafia, sorry. I can't lie to you guys. I'm a rat.
I love that, Wild.
In the Mafia.
Bud list.
Upset alert on a Friday morning. We all handle that so
Nick's
well.
jealous,
Let's talk some Tom Brady.
On my list.
Tom talked a little yesterday about how much football he's got left. You will not believe the number he threw out there. What age he could see himself playing to. That's next. First things first.